You better wake up. The world you live in is just a sugar-coated topping. There's another world beneath it, the real world. And if you want to survive, then you'd better learn to pull the trigger. Like, that's just...
Always on the move.
Karen is determined to find a cure for herself, and Snipes has an almost sarcastic smile. My favorite moment is here that Blade says, "There are worse things out tonight than vampires," and Karen says, "Like what?" And he's like me.
There are worse things out tonight than vampires.
Like what?
Like me.
Blade is a true hunter. He always ends up going after the same guy a second time. He's like, okay, I saw you a minute ago. Now I'm following up with that. It's like a evil, crazy salesperson or just a real hunter. Blade, you tell Frost it's open season on all suckheads. You tell Frost it's open season on all suckheads. Anyway, Frost finally translates ancient texts, and Donald Logg, who plays Quinn, he's actually a really cool actor as well. He's been in a lot of 80s and 90s movies, mostly 90s stuff, is unveiled as a formidable enemy, full tilt villain needing revenge. The Whisperer shows up as backup and saves the day. Poetry at the beginning of the third act is first displayed by the reciprocal favor that Karen and Blade perform for each other. That poetic cyclical event, relocating each other's shoulder. She has dislocated hers at the beginning, and now the opportunity to return the favor on the subway has presented itself. The dynamic between Quinn and Frost is quite interesting. Frost comforts him saying, "I need you, man. I need you." Kind of like, you're my number one guy. All these villains are likable. That is something to really recognize. They are likable characters, fun to watch, and full of charm. Every single one of them. I did. I don't know. I think that's the secret. It's like you like them too. I think that's really the secret. It's like you like the character. Like the character comes across with a certain swagger or charm that you dig. It's just kind of funny. That's a funny thing to recognize here. There are likable characters, fun to watch and full of charm. Quinn, Frost, and Dragon Eddie. All three of these guys. When they finally pull Dragon Eddie out of the beach, off of the beach, this scene makes it seem like a pure blood vampire is much more vulnerable to the sunlight than someone who was pulled into this life via blood transfusion. The Whistler says, "Smells like a vampire wiped his ass with it." They're talking about like a text or something. And Karen says, let's get a blood sample. Blade responds, "Later. Right now, I gotta go downtown." The inevitability of Karen's demise or transformation hangs over the entirety of this as soon as we are reminded that she was bitten. Once upon a time, David Goyer could write a decent story. This was a well-written story. He must have really done some serious research to execute a solid story such as this. The Whistler, because as we know, don't get me wrong, I didn't hate his stuff from BVS, Batman vs Superman, or the other stuff that he worked on. He worked on Man of Steel, but the original script of Man of Steel was Nolan. By the way, that was Chris Nolan, in case you didn't know. The Whistler dies tragically, and as we see so many die around him, we feel Blade's desire for vengeance to grow. I do love the classic nature of the story. Blade has to save a girl. At least they kind of allude to that, but it doesn't quite end up that way. Of course, she saves herself. She saves him in the end. But the point is, it's kind of leading to that. So I don't know. I like that. Call me old-fashioned, but that is sincerely nice to see because of the anti-traditionalism that saturates everything in entertainment right now. Blade storms the castle, and there is a Terminator moment when he is fighting them. In a white room, Blade discovers his own mother, and she is just bait for the trap. She is ruthless and horrible, just like Frost. So, yeah, that was a kind of a cool twist there. I did not expect that, and I'm sure a lot of people did. This show is just super fun, and I really enjoyed it. I'm on to Blade 2 next. Let me know what you think if you want me to continue with doing more Blade coverage. I haven't seen any of these movies, and I would love to do them. If you can share this, I'd love to do more Blade. Please like, share, and subscribe. let people know about this, and hope if you enjoyed it. My name is Ben. This is the Fanatics of Film. Have a fantastic day. Thank you.